I'm here with James Hooker of Grain LNG at the LNG Shipping and Terminals Conference in London. James, I was wondering if you could give a brief overview of what you spoke about here at the conference.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Thank you. It's been a pleasure presenting today. So thanks to Riviera. I spoke about Grain LNG, so where we are at the moment, the expansion project. We're going through how that's critical to the UK, security of supply, and then also Europe and the impact on Europe. Then looked in particular one part of that programme. So there's three areas. There's an expansion, which is in the form of a tank, and then there's another part of the project which is in the form of additional capacity to get it out to the network, and then there's a re-life component, which is all about extending the life of the assets. So they all create additional capacity into the UK, and we've learned a lot of lessons in the build-up to developing that project and that programme, and we're looking to apply them lessons to future challenges. So we're looking at net zero. Now that we've kicked off the project, we've had an opportunity to step back, look at our future strategies, and look at where net zero fits into that, and apply some of them lessons learned from the challenges, particularly re-life, because re-life was lots of individual projects that form a goal at the end, and I feel like that's where we are with net zero.
And what were some of the biggest challenges in your re-life project that have arisen along the way?
The biggest challenges, there was lots of, so it's a very aging asset. So the plant dates back to the 1980s. So we had to look at how the regulations have changed over the years and how we bring different assets up to compliance. The challenge in how much do you invest? So it's trying to find the balance of investment to reduce your risk and ensure security of supply for the contracts against what's available and what we can fit in our commercial models. I feel like going forward with net zero, we're going to be in the same position. What we do and how much we invest there to decarbonise is going to have to fit within our business model, and what we're looking into the future to spend. So it's a balancing act with a lot of it, and you're weighing up risk against how much you can spend against how much value it's going to give. So a real life program really, looked at 20,000 assets on phase one. So you're looking at a complex system with lots of individual components, and it's applying a logical and a systematic approach. I think I've mentioned that before. Systematic approach to trying to get through that challenge and have a set of results at the end, or projects in our case, that we need to deliver.
All right. Now you mentioned net zero, and Grain LNG has kicked off another study just in the last month. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that and what that means for the future of the terminal.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting actually. So we've just commissioned the study. We've been doing a bit of work over the last couple of months on scoping what that would look like. So it's a journey. We're at the start of that journey in terms of what it does look like. We're trying to break it down into key areas, how we're performing at the moment, what are our targets, when do we need to meet by, what studies do we need to do in the future to enable us to hit them targets. And to do that, we're going through a 6-month roadmap. So we're working closely with one of our framework companies. They're going to help us run workshops. They're going to help us pull together our existing data, what we've got currently in our business models, as well as how the plant's performing, and just really put it all together and try and break down that challenge. We know there's options. We know there's future technologies. They've got lots of challenges. There's going to be short-term, medium-term, and long-term opportunities to deliver. In the first instance, we're looking at where we're located and where we fit within that energy shift. We have got access to jetties. We're looking at doing a piece of work down our jetty at the moment to see if we can extend that infrastructure in preparation for things like carbon capture and storage, and whether we can berth smaller ships. At the moment, our jetties are built for LNG tankers, and we're not quite set up for any smaller ships. So that's a consideration for us there.
What's the timeline for we're becoming a net zero LNG terminal?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that's part of the study work that we're looking to achieve. So we've got national grid timelines, we've got we've got the government timelines, so we'll fit within them if we can. So we're looking to run that study for 6 months and give us real direction on where we're going to go next. And I think that's the key to us now. So yeah, just being open and honest on where we're at in that journey and looking at we've done lots of work. We've got lots of really good systems in place that do decarbonise the plant. We've got the heat pipe, which is a real massive saving to us at the moment in terms of reducing our carbon emissions. So we do a lot. We just probably haven't formalised it yet into how that fits into the bigger picture, the bigger roadmap. So we can come back in a year or so's time and look at where we are in producing that roadmap and what it looks like.
I'll take you up on that. Thank you, James.
Thanks, John.